Welcome to the I Ching Cafe. My name is Belinda Doveston, and it is wonderful that you are here with me for our October 2022 overview. We said goodbye to September. We are here in the month, and let us focus on really getting the most out of what the I Ching is asking us to pay attention to in October. If we cast our minds back to September, you'll remember we had Hexagram 40, deliverance, all these changing lines, all this intensity, all these steps of change we were asked to work with, as well as this dispersing energy of Hexagram 59. So really an opportunity in September to be free and liberated from a challenge of the past, to step into a new era, and to take time out if we are not yet ready to move forward. So what unlocked for you in September? What released? What started to unravel? Where were you delivered from a challenge of the past? Lots of intensity last month, lots of change, and you probably felt this kind of compression energy as we were going through these quick cycles of change throughout the month. So please do share how that unfolded for you. Okay, so October, let's get into where we are needing to pay attention to. Trust your own life, trust the things that are happening for you right now. Yet this is something we all share. This is a flow of change we can all work with in the month. And there are two wonderful hexagrams for us. So stay tuned with me as I unpack how we can work with the month of October. Okay, so our first hexagram for the month, our first theme that we are tuning into and working with is hexagram 50, the Cauldron. This is a beautiful symbol of the manifestation of transformation. Just like when we are making a meal or we are baking a cake, we take all these raw ingredients, we put them into the container, we bake them, we let the heat slowly transform those ingredients into something delicious and nourishing and wonderful that we can share with others. So for this month, the symbol of the cauldron has come to work with us. And this symbol is very powerful in its transformation, in its creative turning over that it brings. So we are all going through some spiritual, meaningful, symbolic transformation in October. Our task is to tune into that transformation process and to continue to feed it, okay, to fuel that energy, to be observant of the things that are turning over, the things that are transforming, the things that are emerging for us as we work with this month's energy. And the thing about this idea or the symbol of cooking or creating a meal is that once you have transformed these ingredients into something else, into nutritious substance, we then share that at the table. So you can imagine there's this beautiful big harvest table, and we can now serve up all our loved ones a beautiful meal that binds us together. So with this churning over, with this transformation, what's actually happening is that we are cooking inside, right? We are transforming and we are creating something, and something is starting to bubble away under the surface. And our task is to fuel it, because once that is done and you are ready to serve, you can give your gift to so many more people. I think for us this month, what is online, what is being asked for of us, is that we give energy to our creative power. You know, we have hexagram 1, which is about the surge of creative power. But this hexagram is like this churn and this evolution and this transformation of something within us, our gift, the symbol of this cauldron that allows us to then share something with somebody else. What is the creative gift that is transforming within you? And that doesn't mean necessarily arts and crafts. I'm not talking about creativity in such a walled off, narrow, myopic point of view, right? I'm talking about our creativity in the way we think, the way we bring our light to situations, the way we approach our world, the way we see opportunity, the gifts that we are here to bring to others, all right? This month, we are going through a transformation. And sometimes with cooking, you've got to just trust the process. Well, let me correct that. You always have to trust the process, because you've gone through and you followed a recipe, or you've put things together in a way that you know will work, and you put that into the oven, or you put that into the pot over the fire, and you've just got to be patient, okay? Just let it boil and bubble and transform and become the meal. Okay, so our intention this month is the creative unfolding that we are working on. And it's a powerful symbol. We could literally put this idea of a cauldron or a pot on a fire or a pot in the stove, whatever it is that works for you. What are we cooking? Okay. Let this cauldron be a symbol of the alchemical transformation process that's emerging within us, and such a wonderful energy because it really does renew and rejuvenate and allow us to serve. We can serve well when we have something interesting cooking under the hood. Okay, so we have 2 changing lines for this month. And that means we can divide the month into 10-day increments, all right? We start the beginning of October, full force of Cauldron, and we start having this changing line come up, all right? Round about the 10th of the month of October, we'll have changing line 2 come in. And then as the month evolves, around about the 20th of October, then we have the next changing line start reaching its maximum energy, changing line in the 3rd position. And then as we head to the last 10 days of October, we start really culminating in our 2nd hexagram, which I will get to in a few minutes. So the one thing I love about this hexagram is that the changing lines all relate to parts of the cauldron. We have changing line at the bottom, which is the feet, the bottom, and then we have our changing line in the 2nd position, which is kind of the body of the cauldron, and then we have the 3rd position, which is our changing line as well. We've got the little rings that take the handle, and then the handle goes to the top, and then the top is the top of the handle, right? So the whole structure of the cauldron is represented in the changing lines, and you can even see the cauldron within the lines of the hexagram. So let's get into the changing lines. In the 2nd position, okay, this is kind of the body of the cauldron, as it were. And what this changing line says is that you have got this meal, okay, this delicious meal that you have been cooking that's in the pot. And people around the fire look into the pot and say, she's got something cooking. He's got something cooking. I'm not sure I like them having that meal. That looks very delicious. I want that meal. Why didn't I make that? And so there's this energy around others clustering around what you have and creating negativity around it. And all we have to do is we have to just lay down low and just ignore them. Okay, just ignore the voices of jealousy, of envy, of naysaying. You have something very precious in this pot. Just trust and just keep your head down. Don't worry about the voices around you. Okay, so where is it in your life that you are creating something? Okay, whether that's a personal project, whether that's a personal goal you're working towards, whether that's a business thing or it's within your team that you have something that you're working on, that you've been cooking and planning and preparing. And there are others that are jealous, okay, or there's negative emotions around others, maybe someone in your team, maybe these are, competitors or people in your industry or people in your family, but people looking to the pot and not being happy that you've got this kind of special thing that's in the pot. And our task in the first 10 days of the month is just to have our feelers open. Where are those voices coming from? Where are the people or the parties around us having an opinion around what it is that we're creating and giving us some flack for it, right? And we have to just remember it's because they want what's in the pot, because what's in the pot is valuable, okay? That these voices are rumbling and mumbling. And all we have to do is we just have to stay focused on what we're doing and look after the pot. Let's not give that negativity any attention whatsoever. There's nothing you need to do with it, okay? So if you're going through an experience and you've been working on something, and even if these are people that you respect or mentors who start giving you kind of the chirp about what you should be doing or what they think you should be doing or what they would like you to be doing instead, is just put those voices aside. Even just for October, just put aside some of those voices and just say, thank you for your feedback. I really appreciate that. And then go back to working after your pot. That's all you have to do, is look after the thing that you are tending. You don't have to stop and let these voices take you away from what it is that you are cooking, because they don't like the fact that you are cooking this. And, that happens. People are envious. People see something of value and don't recognize their behavior as being jealous or envious or bitter about what it is that you're creating. You just keep on going with your pot. Okay. All right, then in our third position, okay, this is the rings of the pot, okay, where the handle connects to the pot. And the rings are broken and disabled, okay? We can't actually hook the handle onto the pot because these rings are not quite working. And what this means is that there's kind of delicious things in this pot, okay? The changing line in the book talks about the pheasant's fat, okay? All this juicy, delicious fat that we can't get to because we can't pick the pot up, all right? And it might feel like you're in a situation in the second, 10 days of October up until around the 20th, 21st, where things feel a bit cloggy and claggy, okay? A little bit stuck and a little bit like we're busy working on it, but we can't quite access it. It can't quite click into place. We can't serve yet because we can't pick up this pot. And this changing line says, never fear, just be calm, okay? This will all work itself out, okay? So patience of the time is what is required, and this problem of not being able to serve the pot will ease away. So the second 10 days of the month, as we head towards the 20th, 21st of October, just chill, just be patient. If it feels clogged and clagged and that you just aren't able to grasp the value or the outcome of this thing that you've been creating, if it feels a little stuck, just be patient. Okay. All right, so those are two strategies, two key areas that are going to come up for our attention. The I Ching is saying we are paying attention to these things because what we're cooking and what we're transforming and what we are building is really important and can help a lot of people, okay? Every one of us, even if it's just a personal issue for you this month, when we overcome something and we transform something internally, we are able to help more people because we radiate out that energy to the people around us. So where is this going? What is the second flow of change that is transforming in October for us? And oh, it's such a lovely hexagram. It's 35, progress. Okay, when we look at the structure of the hexagram, we have fire on the top and earth on the bottom. So the picture I want to create in your mind is the sun rising over the land. Okay, and as the sun rises, it shines its light further and further and further. When it's dark and it's dawn, just a little bit of light's coming out, and then as it comes up, it shines more and more and more and more. Okay, so this hexagram refers to easy, natural progress. Okay, the sun coming up doesn't go through dramas. It just comes up. Okay, we know it doesn't actually come up. We're turning, but another story, right? So it's easy, natural progress that the sun appears to rise. And likewise, in the month, there's this opportunity to make this beautiful, effortless, easy progress. I love this hexagram. Okay. And what it does is it means also that it gives us an opportunity to shine, that we get seen, because of course, the more the sun shines, the more we can see. And so there's some recognition, there's some visibility that we step into in this month that is allowing us to make progress. Okay. Now, we might not be comfortable with being so visible. Okay, that's a different problem altogether. But there's a sense here that the visibility and the energy of the sun coming up over the land shines light on us and gives us visibility, and that allows us to make some progress. Natural, easy progression, not hard labor. Okay, the sun just does its thing. Okay, natural and beautiful and radiant. Now, with this hexagram, there's also this energy of as we shine brightly, we can also help others to shine brightly. And I always feel that in leadership, as much as you are stepping up the rungs of the ladder of your own life, you're responsible to pull people in behind you, okay? Because that's how we make progress. Easy progress happens when we are tethered to other people who are pulling up behind us. And so this hexagram does bring with us this kind of proviso of use your light to help others. Use your light and your progress and your visibility to shine light on other people doing great things behind you or with you or in your team. Great visibility for others because you've got the light source. Okay, don't just hold on to the light all for yourself. That is not what this hexagram is about. It's about sharing and opening up and leaning in and expanding. So there's a wonderful expansion energy with this hexagram. And I know that we are barreling along to the end of the year, and some people are trying to work out, how do I get safely to my end of year holiday? Okay. That is not what this is about. This month is about expanding and opening and shining and stepping into the light. Okay. It's not about closing down and going undercover. We've had plenty of months where the energy was stay low, retreat, hold back, keep small. That is not this month. So we have this wonderful energy of the cauldron, this expansion and transformation and the light. And this is a month where we step into our creative power. We step into the transformation we're creating, the change we want to see, that we step into that change, that we are that change, that we lead, we shine light brightly because we are being helped. And so as we are helped, we can help others. So there are blessings for us in this month, which is wonderful. And our task is to lean into them and to maximize our opportunity to make wonderful progress, because the transformation is there. Okay, the light is there, and you put the two of them together, some changing line issues to deal with, but patience and focus will get us through those. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are heading into our next weekly overview very shortly as we get cracking with October. So we're great to have you join us again. And of course, I'll see you on the socials as well. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon.